Obviously, we know the stigma of police officers in our
Mm-hmm.
community. Like,
Yep.
it's not a secret. We know NWA. We know all
Yep.
of it.
Yep.
So, how did you? Because, like, especially because when this was even back in the day, this is not 2024.
Yes, sir.
So, how were you balancing that the outside perception versus this is a dream you trying to catch, but yet the outside perception is we don't know about that.
Own your own story. Don't let someone else's story be your story. Too often we pass on some of our hurt and trauma, and we as a people take it on without questioning it or having your own experience. So that was one aspect of navigating that. Because I'm a first generation law enforcement officer.
Okay.
There's no family of cops I come from. And again, you heard about my life. Growing up in Milwaukee wasn't easy. I had some negative experiences, but also put it in a compartment in regards to those experiences. Don't paint broad brushes with experiences that you have and just say, I'm going to write this off. You get a bad hamburger at McDonald's. You say, I'm done with McDonald's. You get bad service at, I'm going to go we're on Kohl's department store. You're going to stop shopping at Kohl's? We have a tendency to broad brush experiences with law enforcement unlike any other experiences in our life. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of things we own within law enforcement. I'm the first one to talk about we need to be able to clean our own house and understand the responsibility we do have. But I also say to people, do not be using other experiences to be your own experience. Ask your own questions. And also, there is a saying about, if you can't beat them, join them.
Very true.
Too often when we have complaints, it's like voting. Don't complain about who's in office if you don't vote. Be quiet. I felt the same way about law enforcement. Have I had bad experiences? Yes, I have. But I also say I had a lot of great experiences. And knowing that this speaks to me about the type of work you're doing, the type of service that you have, owning that narrative and being able to say that I will set the tone about what I bring to the table, that it will be different than some of the things I've seen or improvements on things that I did like and want to do more of, which is one of my cornerstones about my administration is engagement, community engagement. Getting out there, getting to meet people, talking to people, enjoying building relationships. But beyond getting to know you, nurturing those relationships like a garden. Tend to it. Take out the weeds. Understand that you need to keep on having consistent conversations with everybody. Especially in our line of work, we do not get to choose who we want to talk to or not. We're expected to talk to everybody because we're expected to respond to everyone. So we need to be able to have that service-mindedness and be able to find good in all our experiences, all our connections. Again, a little over 28 years, I still got a smile on my face about this career I chose.
You seem joyous every single time I see you when you come in here to hop on Dr. Ken's show. And I'm like, man, like I know it's a long day because that was around like 5 o'clock. So I know you
My
already
day starts
tired.
at 5 o'clock in the morning, brother.
Oh wow, and that was 5 p.m. when you come
And
in.
that's the regular lifestyle as a executive, but also the chief executive, where we have that type of grind. Normally I have 12 to 14-hour days. That's not for me to complain. And please don't feel bad about me because I asked for this position. You serve the way that you expect that position to be serviced and the people who expect that type of service. So when I do have these invitations, it is important for me to lean in and be able to have that moment to build more connections. And that wasn't the first time I was on Dr. Ken Harris' radio show. Multiple times to make sure that we are nurturing and continue to build those relationships.
No, without question. So take me into something because what are you this is not even a question I was going to ask, but the life of a cop. What is the daily